Hello everyone, and welcome to my first preview video of the soon-to-be released Horrido campaign. This campaign is for the DCS Focke-Wulf 190A8, the Anton, and this campaign has been built by Reflected Simulations. This is mission 01 of the campaign. There is a little pre-mission before this, which is a bit of a surprise, so I'm not going to show you what happens in that little pre-mission. We're going to be flying out to Calais in this mission to cover the return of an U-boat. I have a number of AI aircraft which will follow me out. I'm not going to go through the briefing in detail. We'll just get airborne and we're going to see how this mission plays out. So here we are, spawned in.
Okay, hört zu, Jungs. U-316 wurde vor 3 Tagen durch einen feindlichen Zerstörer beschädigt. Sie werden heute um 11 Uhr in Calais einlaufen, um Reparaturen durchzuführen. Die Führung hat eine kleine Willkommenszeremonie organisiert, aber wir haben die Befürchtung, dass Informationen darüber an den französischen Widerstand gelangt sind. Unser Auftrag lautet, Luftunterstützung mit 4 190ern durchzuführen. Ich übernehme die Führung, wir sammeln uns über dem Flugfeld, melden uns bei Valhalla Kontrolle und verlegen nach Calais. Wir kreisen über der Stadt und halten dabei eine Höhe von 1000 Metern. Hoffen wir mal, dass alles ruhig bleibt. Einige wichtige Leute werden dort unten rumlaufen. Hans, Günther und Johann, macht eure Maschinen startklar. Auf geht's!
So there's some really fantastic audio that's been recorded there that plays a sort of audio briefing. The briefing's in German, as you could probably tell. There is English messaging that pops up. So if you don't understand German, you've obviously got the English there as well, which is really handy. Let's go through the start procedure then.
Chief, turn on the ground power.
Ground power on first. The map is the channel map.
Copy.
So it's the newest of the Second World War maps.
Ground power is now on.
Got ground power. I'm going to go through my startup sequence. Turning on my various electrics. Set the throttle to idle. Get the prop selector in the right position. I'm actually going to leave it on automatic. Give the engine a little prime. It's quite cold on the channel map. The temperature is still not implemented, so just be aware that it's very cold. You might need to just adjust your start processes for the temperature. Okay, ready to start the engine, so spool up.
Warschau, Propeller dreht.
Another great little sound file there for prop clear. That's really cool. Okay, just checking that everything's settling down. I'm going to set about 1100 RPM. Got the brakes on. Now I'm going to go through my electrics. The remaining stuff that's not been turned on. I do have an external tank, which I must confess I'm not entirely sure how to jettison. So we'll see how we get on with the fuel tank stuck underneath. I might actually go to the Hinterbehälter, which hopefully will draw fuel from the back of the aircraft. To begin with, get the flaps to the takeoff position, and now do the weapons. I'll get both guns on. Let's wait for the flaps to stop moving. First set of guns. Just observing the lights coming on. Good. Second set of guns. And we are now good to taxi. So I'm going to taxi off to where I think the runway is. There's a windsock off to my left, which is normally a threshold. So I'm going to taxi left and might as well just get cracking. Just turn off the ground power.
Chief, turn off the ground power.
That's no longer needed, and then we'll taxi out. So you can see the temperatures there on the engine. It's only about 10 degrees on the engine, which is way, way too cold. But
Power is now off.
bit more RPM now. and release the brakes. Stick fully back. There's a lot of infantry around, so be careful that you stick to the taxiways. He's gone to a lot of care to make sure these airfields feel alive. That's increasingly becoming a feature of some of the campaigns and single-player content that people are creating for DCS World War II, is to take advantage of these asset packs, to take advantage of the beautiful airfields that are now available to us, and to really build out these... Okay, wingman is starting to roll. Now what you'll notice throughout this mission is the voices. The voices from the AI are obviously completely incorrect. They are modern American voice packs. There is no German World War II. In fact, there are no World War II voice packs at all. So it looks like we're not using the correct runway, but too bad. In DCS. So you can turn the sound off, but then you'll miss out on a lot of the in-mission audio options that Reflected has kind of handcrafted. So you can't really get away with turning those radios voices off. You just have to kind of put up with it. You can, however, just channel out away from your wingman's radio channels. So I'm hoping that for the most part, if I just go out to another radio channel, that perhaps I won't hear them. Hopefully I will still hear the audio that plays through the mission itself. Let's close the canopy now. Okay, need a bit of RPM. Reconfirm that the flaps are in the takeoff position. Guns can now be armed. And away we go. So from this airfield, it's a heading of north-northwest pretty much to Calais. But I'm going to circle the airfield first to make sure that I have my wingman with me. A bit of a longer takeoff than I'm used to because of the tank, the extra fuel. I'm going to bring the flaps up now. The nose is going to drop, so I'm just trimming back to account for that. And we're airborne. Back on the throttle. Okay, so that was my pilot's voice. Verstanden. Good. Okay, so we will still hear the voices, and we're getting a nice series of messages of mission instructions there. So this is all looking pretty good. And easy to follow, right? The mission is easy to kind of follow what you're supposed to do, where you're supposed to go. The instruction is to circle the base, so I should see other aircraft getting airborne shortly. Go for 1.2 ATA. And I can see an aircraft rolling over there. There's somebody getting airborne. One of my guys. And there's another one getting airborne there. They're getting airborne in quick succession, which is great. They may have updated the AI a little bit because they have in the past taken horrific long amounts of time to get airborne. But these guys are getting airborne quickly one after the other, which is really good to see. I'm going to maintain this right-hand orbit until I know they're all up. Okay, so now we have to press spacebar to check in with Valhalla, which is the control. Okay, proceed with mission. Nice. Los geht's, Jungs. Turning to the north-northwest, coming left onto, I think about 310 to 330, somewhere in that range. And we need to climb apparently to 1,000 meters. So we're gonna bring the nose up. I can see the Channel coast up ahead, so Calais is probably over there. Bit of a check behind. There we go. I can see aircraft swinging around behind me as well. So the AI is now forming up. I'm going to stay quite low ATA 1.1, maybe 1.1 in a bit, actually, so that it gives the AI plenty of time to form up on me, and we only need to make a gentle climb. It's not a long flight to Calais. Looking back there, you can see the 3 AI wingmen slowly getting themselves in position. They do have their lights on, which makes me think I probably have mine on as well. I'm just going to do a quick check. Let's just see if they've turned theirs off. They have indeed. So the identification, the Kennlichter identification lights are all off. The wingmen just do as you do there. So just be careful if you do turn your Kennlichter on in the startup sequence that you get them off again long before you get to the combat area. These guys are all formed up with me now, so it's time to, I guess, just do quick combat checks. Flaps are in the fully up position. Gear is up, which is pretty critical. Gun safety is off. Guns are loaded and armed. Everything is looking good. I can see the... Okay, Falke 2, which is my second section, are airborne. That's another section of 4 Focke-Wulf aircraft. And I think they are a standby flight that we can call on if we need to. In the distance I've got the chalk cliffs of the Dover area. Can see straight across the channel. Can make out the landscape quite well over there around Dover. Checking my altitude, 1,200, so we're okay for altitude. You can see the second pair of AI just off my right shoulder there, and you can also see the drop tanks hanging underneath. They're pretty big and very unaerodynamic. There is my number 2. I'm now going to bring the fuel up to the top, and I'm going to try and jettison my drop tank. I have to be completely honest with you here. I forgot to read up on exactly how to do this, which by the time the video goes live I will have done, but I haven't done it for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift up the 2 jettison switches, and I'm going to hit the bomb drop. going through a bunch of bomb release options in the hope that that external tank has come away. These guys have still got these on, so it's possible my tank is not jettisoned. It should have jettisoned with this. But can't be entirely sure. We're getting pretty close to Calais now. I think we can see the port. Yes, we can. I'm going to cross the coast and then just track along it straight in towards the port. And then we'll try and find this U-boat. That's the city of Dunkirk off to the right. And I believe this is Grand Fort Philippe, but I can't be sure. Okay, Valhalla to Flake. Shouldn't that say Falke? Might be a spelling error there. Okay, so we're charging forward now to the port. I've increased my ATA. We are going to hit the coastline and then go sharp left straight in, looking for this boat, which has now apparently entered the port. Can't quite see it from here. I do see something just offshore. There's a small ship just offshore there. Could be a Schnellboot, most likely, but it could be a U-boat. Going to get my chaps to loosen formation, so I think that means getting the radio back on. Flight. Formation. Spread. Oh, that's pretty aggressive maneuvering there. And my number 2 is staying with me. Good. So we're spreading the flight out into 2 rotte of 2, as opposed to this sort of single schwarm in the finger 4. That's just gives us a bit more breadth now to observe more of the sky. Also, it hopefully means that all the AI won't focus on the same aircraft if we get into trouble. Looking for the U-boat now. Okay, I don't see it. It's apparently entered the port. I've definitely got a Schnellboot out here. Now I'm looking inside the port itself with this U-boat to see if I can get eyes on it. Ah, there it is there. Just surfaced perhaps. Press spacebar when ready on station over the harbour. Okay, I would say we're on station now. I'm going to press the spacebar. So the instruction there is to keep an eye out for low-flying aircraft in particular. There's nothing on radar. And we can now call in reinforcements as well. Let's have a look here. Using the spacebar. New radio item. Okay, so to use the radio items, bring up your radio menu and hit this F10 Other option. And then here's the option to call in reinforcements. Oh, well, there really are crowds down there. There's actually loads and loads of people all lined up on the harbour edge. What's this instruction here? Okay, there's lots happening on the radio. There's me calling for reinforcements, which is going to take 5 minutes, and then I think my wingman was requesting a low fly past of the port. So back to this, I'm going to say no to that. Remain on station. Bist du verrückt? So I've denied permission for my wingman to do a low pass over the harbour. That would have been pretty funny. Okay, we need to get back to the port a bit here. We're just off by some distance. And we might be a fraction low. No, we're a fraction high, so we can afford to shed some altitude. feet, 300 meters rather, still a bit high. I won't do a low pass, but I might try and get a slightly better view of this U-boat coming in with all the crowds apparently down on the pier on the quayside. Oh yeah, I can see them all lined up there. The U-boat looks like it's come to a halt at the end of this dock, and you can see all the crowds lined up. There's a couple of vehicles and there's loads of people on the quaysides here. It's really cool. It's been very well put together. Do a bit of a figure 8. Go back to the right now and just check behind for my wingman. You can see the second pair back there. There's the second rotte. My wingman should be just behind me there. Good. Everyone's right where they should be. Gonna just get my feet up on the rudders so I can just do a bit of... Feindliche Bomber. Okay, enemy aircraft low over the water apparently. Okay, I'll get my wingman to cover me. Wingman. Cover me. Okay, looking for enemy bombers low over the water, apparently. Oh, yep, gunfire. Lots of gunfire. I got the bombers low over the water. Oh yeah, they really are low over the water. Okay, can I get my flight to engage? Engage. Bandits. Oh yeah, these guys are coming in really quickly here. This looks like a pretty coordinated attack. Try and get some guns on this one if I can. Nah, I missed. Oh, look at that! Boom! They've hit the U-boat. Oh, and some of the structures on the port. Oh dear, they've destroyed the. Okay, try and line up on this guy here. It's A20. He's firing back at me. I've got to try and get low underneath this gun. Oh god, Spitfires have arrived. That's not a good... Oh, wow. Okay, I've damaged a little bit. Okay, take that bomber out. Let's get out of here. Pretty sure that bomber's going to go in. He looked pretty sick. Flak's going up high now. My aircraft is not doing very well. Got a couple of rounds from the back of that A20 up the chuff, and there's a lot of flak going off over the port. Oh dear, one of my guys just got shot down. Oh, I'm gonna have to try and see if I can help them out. This dogfighting's up a bit higher. My left wing's chewed up. Those bombers, I think, got away. Oh, he's scrapping right over the port now. Okay, there's 2 aircraft fighting. 2 Spitfires on one of my guys there. Oh, I don't know if I can shake them. I'm too slow. Just for my long-range stuff. Try and shake them off that guy. Oh, I hit one. I hit one. Can I get the nose up here? There's another Spitfire diving. I'll focus on him. I don't have the airspeed for that high one. Come on. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? Nah, I lost sight of him. Lost sight of that Spit. Dive away. Check 6. Looks clear behind. Okay, I'm going to see if I can gain a little bit of height just away from this port. The Spitfires still appear to be up rather high. A few parachutes now starting to sink down. I'm clear at this point in my current location. I see gunfire. I'm going to try and re-enter this fight. I'm quite slow. Okay, my number 3's been hit. Oh, he's ejecting. Poor bugger. Okay, let's see if I can get in this mix here. Oh, that Spitfire just got hit by a flak shell. Just pretty much exploded midair. Got direct hit from a flak shell. This one's turning away from me. I should better get guns on him here. I think I'm faster. As long as I can just trail this guy for a bit. Try some long range shots. I'm out of range though. Looks like he's trying to head back towards England. But I may just be able to catch him if I do a low yo-yo. Gain a little bit of airspeed and a slight dive, and then just pull up. I'm underneath him. He doesn't know I'm here. Yeah, he's trying to get home. I don't think he sees me. Closing, closing, closing. Got him. Hit his radiator. Oh yeah, he's out, he's out. He's just popped the canopy. Oh, let's get out of here. There's the parachute. Flak is starting to die away. Why, thank you. Horrido. Oh, hello. I've got an aircraft over here, but I think it's a friendly. In fact, I think it's 2 friendlies. I think this might be the reinforcing section arriving just a little bit late. There is gunfire over there on the deck. Possibly another aircraft trying to run for home. I have a very badly damaged aeroplane here. So I'm going to try and find somewhere to set this down. There is Wesson Airfield, I think. maybe not. I'm going to have to find the nearest airfield to set this airplane down, because there's no way I'm going to make it all the way back to MFG. We're going to have to consult the map, I think, just to see what's available. There's nothing immediately that I can see. Possibly an airfield over at Dunkirk. Let's consult the map. Skies are clear, just a few parachutes gently floating down now, and I need to nurse this thing home. Nearest airfield then is Dunkirk, yeah. Or Saint-Omer. Saint-Omer is half the way home. I might be able to make Saint-Omer actually. What's the heading from about my location? So somewhere south of 132 degrees, 132 degrees. Okay, I think I can do this. I'll see if any of my flight is still airborne. Nope. My entire section got wiped out. I think I can claim 2 Spitfires destroyed and 1 A-20 damaged. We certainly lost that U-boat, there's no denying that, and probably a few dignitaries killed. Not a great day for the Reich. Bit of light damage to the wing surface on the right, and slightly heavier damage on the left. So both my wings have taken some moderate damage. It looks like sort of shrapnel-y type stuff. A few individual MG looking shell holes as well, or round holes. The engine's been damaged slightly, but I don't think it's critical. I think it's just unbalanced because it's just wobbling. So something's been unbalanced in the engine. Now whether that means one of the cylinders has been hit or part of the engine wall or the engine mount has been damaged and the aircraft's just shuddering, or it's aerodynamic and the shuddering is coming from the damage to the aircraft surface. It's just turbulent air causing the airplane to shake around. I do have a warning over here. My fuel is getting low, so I think my fuel system has also been damaged because I'm going through that fuel faster than I should be. That is something I didn't take into account when I thought about heading to Saint-Omer. Coming up on a large forest then. I'm going to have to manage my throttle. I've got a large forest here that's almost due south of the naval lines looking structure. So that's got to be this forest there. So if I turn almost due south now, I'll be lining up on Saint-Omer. There it is, I think. No, there it is not. I may see some hangars in the distance. We'll find out. Let's just drop the nose. I've got a green flare that's gone off way in the distance over there at an airfield. I'm guessing that's my home field at MFG, which is probably too far to fly to with this damaged aeroplane. So I'm going to focus on finding this nearer airfield. Quite a large town over here. There it is, Saint-Omer airfield. It's a tiny short little strip. Okay, I'm going to throttle back. I'm going to try and set up real early here because that is a very short strip. And as anyone who has watched my channel knows, I'm not the best at landing the Anton. I was really just starting to get the hang of landing this thing at the end of my month of flying it in July. But I haven't flown this aircraft now since the end of that, so coming up 3 weeks. So I'm out of practice and low on confidence. There's that threshold. Whoa, that is a short strip. That is ridiculous. I am tempted to use the grass. There's actually an aircraft on final approach I can see. That's a really interesting approach line. Okay, let's get the canopy open. Too fast still. Try and deploy a little bit of flap to help bring that speed back. Okay. My canopy appears to be jammed shut. We are not opening the canopy. Flaps down. Check that the wings are still stable. Good. Now I'm going to do the gear down. This is going to be tricky. Gear going down. Okay, aircraft remains stable. So it didn't just drop a wing suddenly. I'm a bit worried about the damage state on these wings. Get that nose up. Try and just maintain about 180 airspeed for this. I really wish I could push the head out the canopy here. Oh, we're too fast. Oh, I think this is going to be an overshoot. Ah, we're still quick, we're still quick. Yeah, I might have to go around. Very gentle for the go around. Okay, so first attempt failed. Gear up. Fuel situation's okay. We'll go around and we'll try another one. Which way's the wind coming from? Oh, I was landing downwind. Good. I'll turn around and approach from this direction now. It's a slightly better approach path as well. And I've got more runoff at the end of the runway going this way. Let's get the first thing done, the flaps. Still no sign of that canopy coming open. 300. Okay, good. Right. Drop the gear again. I'm going to try and keep the threshold in sight. Off to my 1 o'clock. Or just right of 12. In that triangular window. I'm going to try and keep it in sight for a bit longer. Power back. Okay, just reduce the rate of descent to fraction. Airspeed needs to come off. So nose up for airspeed. Nose up for airspeed. Nose up for airspeed. We're going to do the same again now. At least I'm into wind this time. Right, now nose back onto the threshold. Well, not too bad. 190, but very high sink rate. Try and bring that back. Okay, I'm going to run out of runway. Oh, we're floating. Okay, that's a big bounce. And we're down. Try and brake, 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 brake. Just going off onto the grass now. Just trying to stay on this grass. Okay, good. Whew. Right, we're on the airfield. Now, I've just learned we could have actually used the grass after all. So there's a good tip. If you get in at St. Omer and you think that runway's too short, fine. Just use the grass. The warbirds can use the grass here quite happily. There we are. We've got it down. We've survived mission 1 of the Horrido campaign for DCS. Both brakes on. Would have been lovely had I got that canopy back open. I'm just going to jettison it entirely. I'm just going to shoot the canopy back off so we can get out of this aircraft. Let's turn the engine off now. We'll call it a day. So what are the scores, George Dawes? We shot down 7 aircraft, and looks like I got 2 of them. So I'm guessing those 2 are the Spitfires, so that would mean that the A20 that I shot up pretty heavily had made it home. Very good mission. Thanks to Reflected for sending me this preview copy. I will be flying 1 more mission from this campaign at least before the campaign goes live on the Eagle Dynamics DCS shop. Any questions about this campaign, direct them to me, and if they're for Reflected, then I'll forward them on. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you for another mission out of this series in this campaign sometime soon.